could not. I was very bad. My knees hurt. My legs hurt. My legs incredibly in the chin part of the leg would ache incredibly as I walk. My diabetes levels were extremely high. We had, I mean, they were at insulin levels, so it was very very bad. We had my high blood pressure was extremely bad. Uh, Health wise, I think I was in the worst point in my life at that moment. So one of the things that happened is my wife is, at that moment I just had met, and one of the great things was that she was a medicinal doctor. So she started like, try to help me get better. And throughout, we found different types of companies where we were trying to utilize the products, which we ended up purchasing out and trying to get into a company that we were trying to form together at that point. Meanwhile, what we found in the product throughout a friend of ours was called NutraBurst, which is a mutual friend of ours from Jack Fallon and myself put us together. That's how Jack and I met. Jack was trying to look for a master distributor for his company to create a network marketing company. I was looking really just for a phenomenal product, just to add on to the product line that we were already putting together. So we kind of met, we sat down, and then at that point, really, crashed heads where we figure out, what it was like love at first sight. We had the same vision to help people out, so we went forward with this company. Now, um, speaking very quickly though, we took about maybe a year to program the comp plan, the design over to Life Changes into the system. Into that point, when we were about to launch, I collapsed and I went into the hospital. Okay. When I went into the hospital, the doctors literally had given me 6 months more of life left because they figured out I had a cancer. And I had a cancer right next to my heart. And it was like right between my heart and my lungs. So it's like right there. It could go either way and it could take me out. Very easy. I had another cancer in my stomach, and the beginnings of minor tumors in other places around my body, which was really, really traumatic for us, especially when the doctor says you have 6 more months of life. Now, at that point, he was talking to me, and there was a lot of blah, 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 blah talking when I just got up and walked out of the hospital because I figured one thing. The doctor had just given me one point, and that point was I had 6 months more of life left. If I had 6 months more of life, I had to do something with myself. I had to do something right at that moment. I could not stop. I could not, I had to build because at that moment we had spent all our money building this company. We had invested, between Jack and I, we went 50-50 investing in everything we could so we can have everything for you guys to start running. And as we are moving forward, 6 months later, utilizing the products that my wife had found and we had put together for Total Life Changes, like the Ganoderma lucidum. We used it with the tea. We used, the NutriBurst. We used various other products. But you know what? Everything started fading, as in the problems that I had medically. The weight started dropping incredibly. I started drinking the tea at a gallon a day. Yes, as you guys can hear, a gallon a day of the tea. I started drinking and I started dropping weight like you couldn't believe. I was not using ACG yet because we didn't have ACG at the time, but we started dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And within probably the first 6 months, I lost a total of about 100 and about 20 pounds, which was pretty amazing to me in the amount of weight and how fast that weight just came off of me. The other point was that I started using the ACG, and throughout that small point, I did lose 30 pounds within 2.5 weeks with the ACG at that point. But yet I could not continue with the ACG due to the fact that I had that cancer, and cancer and ACG really do not mix very well. And I was just afraid that I was going to go to, it was not going to be good for me. Yet it was not, nothing negative happened to me with the ACG, by the way. So, but it was that scare factor that I had that I didn't want to risk. It was all close to my heart. But throughout that fact, I've gone down so much weight, literally from a point that, I can literally tell you, it was, my weight was amazing. And for a lot of you who are overweight, maybe you can understand what I'm going to tell you right now. I was literally so overweight that I had to shop at stores that the store was literally, like, the windows were all tinted. You literally had to ring a doorbell, and they had to see who you were before they opened the door so you can shop. The worst kind of clothing, literally the cheapest looking pants you can ever find, with that stretchy sides. I was size 56 waistline with a stretch band on the pants. So just imagine how big that was, and I stretched the whole thing. So it was just tremendous. The shirts they sold there were ugly. I mean, uh, it was like curtains that somebody didn't want, and they made shirts out of them. It was just horrible, horrible, horrible. To the point now that I started losing so much weight, and I remember this, and I can tell you right now, and I can remember the day I literally walked into a Costco and picked up one shirt, and I always would try on some clothes, even though I knew it didn't fit me. But this day, I tried on a double X or a triple X shirt. It was actually a triple X shirt that I put on, and it fit. I mean, it fit. You can put the buttons on. It fit. I mean, the buttons were still a little stretched. I mean, it looked like a button was going to pop, but yet it fit. You know what? That excitement that I had, because I could never pick up clothes where everybody else could. And for me to be able to pick up a shirt where somebody could, pick up a shirt, like regularly, like a store or Costco or regular, it was just exciting to me. And a lot of people ask me, how do you let it get that far? You know what? I was sick. And a lot of people can understand. I had just gone through a bad, very bad operation several years back, where my gallbladder exploded. I almost died at that point, inside of my body, and it was just, everything just went haywire after that. It was just bad. So health wise, I was not good. And the liver was not good. Everything was not good. My blood pressure was not good. But after you start losing the weight, you can literally start feeling better. You start feeling more energy. You want to get up in the morning. You feel happier. I was telling you that the minute I got one of those shirts and they fit, it literally closed. You know what? I bought the whole set, whatever I can find, whatever colors they had. I got everything. Every single shirt they had of that size, I grabbed it and I took it home, and I was excited. Yet my wife at that moment, she told me to take it off because obviously it looked too tight, but yet it closed. And I don't know how much I can tell you how the emotion was. It was like the emotion when I first saw my baby walk. Is that emotion that it was the excitement that, wow, finally clothes are, they're fitting me, normal clothes. That was just phenomenal. And when you feel that, I mean, literally, you can feel it in your heart how your life is now changing. It's a tremendous, tremendous adventure that I've had. Especially right now, we're talking about 5 years later. I was supposed to die 5 years ago, and not only am I still alive, but the last test I had a full body scan. I have no signs of cancer. I have no signs of diabetes. I have no signs of high blood pressure. I have no signs of aching bones. Nothing hurts. I feel great. And I can tell you 100%, I didn't use no medication. I didn't use no pharmaceuticals. I used ISOT, and I used the Iasogano. I used the Iasochaga. I mean, I've been using these products, even before you guys had them in the market. A total life changes. It's just phenomenal. I'm in love with what we're doing, and I'm in love with helping people change their lives. That's what we're doing here. That's our mission.
Armand, you spoke a lot about the chaga and the gano. Can you give us the differences between those? I know we have two awesome products. Can you give us a little bit of the difference on them?
Well, Ganoderma lucidum, it's an extremely powerful product. It's one of these medicinal mushrooms that I can tell you right now. Give me 1 second. There you go. It's one of these mushrooms that really have a huge history. I mean, it's in the Chinese medicine books for thousands of years. It's one of the first products they have. It's a mushroom that has given life to a lot of people. The story goes back to the kings of the Asian culture, how they would survive, and they claim that the gods gave him this mushroom to really protect them and give them life. And that's what it does. It literally gives you life. Now, how Ganoderma lucidum works for you, it's almost like it encapsulates anything that's negative. What it is a parasite, and it's a parasite that eats only the negative ions, the negative, cells in your body. It takes everything negative within your body, encapsulates it, and takes it out. So if you have like cancer cells or anything like that, all the reports, especially in PubMed.gov and everything in WebMD, will demonstrate how powerful this product is, because it encapsulates the problems that you have, the diseases you have. They're not supposed to be in your body. It just holds them and starts destroying them little by little as it's taking them out of your body. So it becomes very phenomenal. Now, chaga is a newer found medicinal mushroom, where Ganoderma lucidum was known as the king of herbs. Now, chaga is known as the king of herbs, because the fact that it's just 20 times more powerful than even Ganoderma lucidum. Yet they do work differently. It's not like, okay, now let's use chaga only. No, they have their different purposes. One example, the Ganoderma lucidum capsulates the bad cells, capsulates the diseases, capsulates stuff, where chaga crushes them. But it takes their time as crushing. Like, for instance, crushing or destroying cancer cells, it takes its time eating it away and biting into it and really taking it out of your body. It will take it out. So I tell people the best way to really live a long life is you taking both of these capsules. Why? Because one will capsulate as the other one will destroy. Now, chaga also is a huge antioxidant. The antioxidant levels on chaga is out of this world. For instance, if you guys have known of the acai berry juice or the noni juice or these the mangosteen juices out there, imagine putting all these juices together and the antioxidants you would match up there between all those three. Chaga will still overwhelm all that with a little bit. That's how powerful this is. So it has so many antioxidants, my friends, that it really it's one of these products that will help you literally fight cancer or fight any of those diseases that any diseases out there. The antioxidants can really push at. Now, the other part about the chaga, it is a how can I say this? It is a DNA rebuilder or a DNA sculptor of sorts. Okay, the DNA within the chaga, it's almost so similar, very close to a human DNA. Okay, it is not even close to plant DNA. It's more closer to the human DNA factor. So what it does is it comes in and it starts fixing errors within your DNA, like reprogramming your computer chips within your computer. You're just going in and taking out the virus within your DNA structure. That's what chaga does. The most amazing part about this, and looking at all the medical studies that are out there, within, you can literally go through Google and do, like I said, the WebMD and PubMed. The most beautiful part about the chaga is that, let's just say people are losing hair, or and that's part of their DNA. They're losing hair, or you're losing color in your hair because in your DNA structure, you're losing that. Right, that part. This starts repairing that. People start regaining color in their hair. They start sometimes growing back hair, depending on how long you've not had it. It starts really putting together, fixing the errors within, like, for instance, cell or cancer cell problems that they're created by genes within families. So it's more amazing than you have ever expected. Now, we are soon to see more effects within the what is chaga. We're yet to see a lot of the great effects that chaga has, because we don't know just yet the power of it, that it's at 100%. Imagine, we just started using it. We started getting great results with chaga. Now, a lot of people, it's, want to know what it is. Is an anti-allergic, is antibacterial, is anti-cancer, anti-inflammatory, anti-immune, is anti-tumor, antiviral, is anti-tuberculosis, anti-aging. Imagine, just because of that, anti-aging, I'll continue using that. Why? Because, my friends, I want to live to as far as I can, over 100 years old. I do. I don't, but yet I don't want to live on a bed laying down. I don't want to be on a wheelchair. I don't want to be on crutches. I want to be walking. I want to be mounting horses. I want to be running. I want to see my children. I want to see my grandchildren. I want to see my great grandchildren. That's simple. It is anti-aging. It will help your anti-age. I mean, if you look at pictures of me when I was 425 pounds, and now you can see the difference in age, and I look younger now because of that. And it's in the pictures. You can literally go through my Facebook, and it's timed. You can look at my Facebook pictures from the old times to now. It's amazing what the difference is. It's a blood pressure regulator. It's a cholesterol regulator. It's a blood purifier. It strengthens your immune system. It protects your blood circulatory system. It eliminates parasites out of your body. It's a tonic for your liver, for your kidneys, and for your nervous system. It's just powerful in how it is. It also, the studies on like WebMD and the National Library of Medicine have literally, if you guys can go up there, you can see chaga has been very powerful in testimonials, even personal testimonials that I've seen already. And I've seen it in all these stuff, which is like asthma. You'll find extreme amounts of testimonials with asthma. With HIV, we have 2 people right now, my friends, and I can tell you right now, they've tested with HIV. They have they've had like 20 years, 18 years of paperwork saying they've had HIV, and right now is testing negative, and that is powerful. I mean, I can't speak for other people, so as soon as I can get them on the line, they can speak for themselves. But it is in the National Library of Medicine online, which is PubMed.gov. You can literally see studies with HIV and the chaga. It's just fantastic. Also, it helps diseases like bronchitis. It's just phenomenal. Yeah, or candidiasis or candida, which is a fungus that grows within your tongue and your stomach, especially in a lot of pregnant women or women out there, that are out there. Also, diabetes. It combats diabetes, heartburn, and that acid reflux. It also got tuberculosis. It's very good. Influenza. It's very powerful. It's been studied to fight all these diseases that I'm telling you right now. It's not me telling you. This is the National Library of Medicine. Hawkins lymphoma. He goes sickness with the lungs. Sicknesses with the skin, sicknesses of the stomach. Sicknesses within the your skull. In anything within your skull. Diseases within your heart, or diseases within your intestinal system. So you start finding that what we have with chaga is so amazing, my friends. Literally so amazing that, I'm trying to put it in every single product we have here at Total Exchanges. Why? Because it saved my life. And I can tell you right now at 100%, not only did it save my life, it did take my cancer out, because I was testing with cancer before I started taking the chaga. The chaga, it's gone. Completely gone. And I have my before and after studies, and they're just phenomenal, my friends. Now, the other part is that we have like Fred Herzog, which is a multi-million-dollar earner in network marketing, also a great friend of mine. We've been in companies for over 4 years. He's been, with me for a long time. We've been working together a tremendous time on different companies. And my friend Fred Herzog, about a year and a half ago, I almost cried, man. I saw him as weak as possible. He got this disease somewhere in Central America where he could not see no more. His vision was leaving. He was so well, literally well. And I think he either jumped in a pond or did something he shouldn't have. But yet, his vision collapsed so bad that he could only see like 6 inches in front of him. And even at 6 inches, he could not really define who it was in front of him unless you talked to him, which was to me very depressing, very sad. I was crying literally. I would hug him because, man, to me, it felt like my dad was losing his sight because it's somebody that I really, really respect and I've respected for a very long time. Now, I start giving them the chaga because I've had the chaga with me. When we're buying the company and everything, I've had this chaga before I even introduced it to Total Life Changes. But we started feeding it to Fred Herzog, and the more we gave it to Fred Herzog, the better his vision was getting. As a matter of fact, I gave him everything I had at one point, even though my cancer was so strong. I gave him everything I had. And he started taking it. He started taking between that and the chewy that we'll talk about in a little bit. It just became phenomenal. I mean, really phenomenal what it can do. And what chaga is going to do for a lot of people, millions and millions of people, are going to blow your minds, my friends. Because we're here with not only a unique product, but we're here with a product that only Total Life Changes has at this moment, and nobody else has the rights to Siberian chaga. Imagine, we're the only company with the rights to it. We are the only ones that have the facility to grab it. We're the only ones that can really get to it and bring it to you. Everybody else can get chaga from maybe Canada, maybe China, maybe somewhere else, but it's not the same. The power of it's not the same. And you can try one and try the other one, and you can feel ours right now working today, not tomorrow, not the next day, today. So, I mean, it's been phenomenal. So, if you ask me about the chaga and the Gano, those are two products that would save my life. And guess what? I'm so grateful to God for these two products because, thanks to Him, I'm still here.